What's going on, Taurus? What's happening? This is your favorite YouTube, TikTok, social media cousin. This is Lena G. If this is your first time here, welcome. If this is your second time, I welcome you too. Thank you for coming back. So this is just a little weekend vibe, a little energy check to see what you got going on this weekend, okay? I really already prayed and meditated over these cards, but we gotta do it again. I'm just that type of person. I don't know, a lot of stagnant energy. I did see when I was doing like my little pre-shuffle, I saw that there was somebody that maybe from your past that wanted to come back, or someone that you have a past history with, and it's looking like you're trying to analyze and see if this is something worth you putting energy into. Perhaps it was very disorganized, you were overwhelmed, and I think you kind of made a decision. So let's see what these cards have to say. Okay, commitment issues. All right. I could see that because those that other reading was sort of showing me that you're trying to decide if this is something that you want, because I did see like the Four of Wands. So that lets me know commitment. Maybe you live with this person, and maybe somebody's afraid to settle down. So, and that's probably why you're trying to reanalyze if this is something for you going forward, right? So I'm seeing that you are analyzing your goals, or what you're wanting to do in terms of going forward in a commitment. Maybe it was complicated. Maybe one of you all wanted something a little bit more long term. The other one wanted to kind of keep it loosey goosey. And I am seeing that there could possibly be some consequences to someone's actions. Maybe if you leave, maybe this other person is going to be like, wow, I should have did more to make them stay. Right. It makes me think of that song Pressure by Jill Scott. She was like, aesthetically, I didn't meet the criteria, and I know you, when I leave, you're going to regret it. You know, yeah, that's what I'm picking up. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Taurus, recharging. So, okay, I see you coming back stronger. You may be taking a break, maybe chilling this weekend. Maybe you have a very exhausting week, and now you just like, Lena G, I just want to rest. Rightfully so. Sugar barrel, sugar papa. Okay. All right. And then a rebound. And then I'm seeing a bag secure. And I'm also seeing you speaking your truth about a situation. So this right here is just telling me that you're really trying to tap back in, getting yourself together so that you can calm down for whatever emotional stress you had last week or this week that just passed. I don't see you really doing a whole lot. You just staying focused with your goals in terms of making your money. You could be in a space where you're trying to decide, okay, since I ain't messing with Tony, or I ain't messing with Keisha, I'm going to mess with Tyrone or Kim because they in front of me. All I'm going to say is, remember, I have saw the consequence card. So be careful of adding anyone else into the equation until you have really, really closed the doors to the past, right? Because one, we don't want to hurt anyone else as we're trying to grow and close doors of things that no longer suit us. And then two, like I said, you don't want to leave nobody else on because you don't want anybody to do that to you. What they say, hurt people, hurt people. So try not to be in a space like that. I think by you just pulling back your energy and healing, addressing some things like what happened, what didn't happen, I think that's your best bet. All right. But anyway, let's get at it. Let's look and see what else is going on. So I see right here with this chariot, you could be out this weekend if you do decide, but I see you moving on, really, essentially. I just see like recharging. I just see you just moving on. Maybe this hermit in reverse, this is letting me know that, maybe in this moment of solitude, as you're taking a break, I think you're going to come back, and I think you're going to be, you'll come back even stronger. I think with you retreating, I think you just listening to your intuition in terms of what's your next move, because you want your next move to be what? Your best move. That part. All right. Anything else about this chariot here? And I think you're just trying to find balance, especially when I see, right, find balance, because something had you in your head. Something was like, I hear cloak and dagger, maybe you, like I said, maybe you thought something was more than what it was. And it actually, somebody else, y'all wasn't aligned, okay? Anything goes. Right. But I see a very emotional, right? But I see you trying to celebrate. You trying to get out and get yourself back together, back to get your square back, right? And for those who don't understand what I mean, just like to find your center. That's it. And I think that's good. So you could be celebrating maybe with family, maybe with some friends, hell, you could be celebrating at home, your house, because I know mine's is my sanctuary. So I could see you really just um, pulling back and just making sure that you're not coming from an emotional state, but using intellect, right? As a earth sign, you all are very grounded. So I can see that. All right. And with this judgment in reverse, it looks like somebody want to come back and have a reconciliation. And I really don't see you on that this time. I don't. I think you realize that all the effort that you put in before, it just wasn't there. And if somebody on the outskirts spying, that's it. They just spying. Okay, let's get it. Why is this rebound here? Okay, again, this is somebody you had a home with, and I think now with this home card or this like celebratory, you could be careful if you're going out just to like pass some time. Don't add nobody else into the equation. But I see that maybe this is somebody that you had a relationship with. Maybe you all were married, but I see that you're healing from that now, right? And I think now that, and you know what, sometimes, I'm sorry if I'm jumping around, but sometimes tarot could get the backstory and then I have to bring it up to the current, like what's going on and then future. But this is just basically letting me know that right now you could be just kind of like coming out of a healing phase, right? Maybe you all have already gone through the part of the separation. So this weekend, as you're recharging, maybe you just getting your house in order, getting you in order, getting your house in order, just making sure everything good as you focus on going into the next week, right? Right. Maybe somebody just wasn't really being true. They wasn't living in an authenticity, or maybe they were, because somebody could have been lying. But I think now this person is realizing, like, I don't know, like they next move. I don't think they want to lie anymore. I think this person just don't want to be a player, and I think they just want things back to how it used to be, like balance restored. But I think you coming from a higher level now. I didn't think this is gonna be deep for no weekend read, Taurus, but we're gonna rock with it. We're gonna roll with it, right? But again, like the Seven of Pentacles, it came out like but something got you in your head, like I don't know if this is what I really want to do because maybe too much was done. So I see this weekend you hanging out, you getting things in order, but I really see you really trying to like heal yourself. Yeah. So, like I was saying, I just really think you're just getting yourself back together from any type of emotional, like stress, trauma, burnout. Because the first card out was like you recharging. That right there told the story. Tell you the truth. Anything else I need to know for my beautiful Taurus? Right. So this is letting me know like there could have been some arguments, and I just think this person is coming in like it was just too much. It's a lot of trauma and a lot of competition, some disagreements, right? But I'm seeing that there is still love. Like love is still on the table, right? And maybe you just like, yeah, Lena G, it could be new love, but I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it, right? Wow, be careful because somebody out there want to do you, baby. So definitely Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands. So it's really some love out there, and this person might miss, um, smacking cheeks with you. Okay, okay, all right then. So this telling me you working on getting your bag this weekend, right? Or working on some goals, which I think is good. You got to have a plan out here. You got to have more than one source of income anyway. Why is this bag secure? All right. Okay. So because you're still looking in the past, you're still disappointed because something didn't work out. And again, it could have been a marriage. It could have been a very serious committed relationship. And it's somebody you had a long history with. And somebody, what I'm picking up, they still feeling you. Like they still feeling you. They see you as like their everything. Y'all maybe even had a family together. All right. But I think you're working on getting like your goals together, your finances together. And I think you kind of like displace your anger. And so instead of like focusing on what happened, you changed your direction from a relationship to your money because you're still disappointed. Okay. Right. So yeah, you're like, you know what? Ain't nothing stopping me from getting my bag. This is Mr. Midas, right? That's you, baby. That's you all day with the King of Pentacles. You're just like, I'm all about the money, Lena G. You done with the heartbreak. And listen, let me tell you this, right? I see engines. Oh damn. Listen, look, come in here, come here, come here, come here. Let me tell you something. Sometimes when we get into situations, we have the best intentions for them to go the long haul, right? We do. But you know what? Although we enter situations thinking it's going to be a happy ending, sometimes they just a lesson to be learned. I don't want you getting stuck, even though I don't think you are, right? But sometimes we just need a little reminder, a little nudge. I don't want you getting stuck in this chapter because what you thought was going to work, y'all was just passing through, right? Because it was just something you had to learn. Okay. All right. I just want you to continue to speak your truth, right? If you go on any blind dates or even just hang out or go online, just scrolling and swiping, just be true. I was gonna say to thy own self, be true. Just tell a person, yo, I'm just coming out of something and I ain't really looking for nothing serious. Some people can respect that and they good with that. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Next time. But this weekend, it just seemed like you all about you. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a lot of people this weekend. That's their energy where they're just doing self-care. It is a holy weekend. So yeah, right. Do you, boo? Do you? Peace.